We are now ready for Word Lesson 3, and we'll be looking at character formatting. Character formatting is how you change your fonts to different colors and different styles just to make it look better. In your textbook, under character formatting, you have your key terms here. And if you understand all of these, some of you do, then you're more than welcome to go ahead and go to the assignment. If not, please look through the textbook or through the PowerPoint presentations that I posted in Blackboard for you. Now, here on the second page of the chapter is our software orientation. Here's the font group. So I'm going to bring up Word here on the screen and open up a blank document. And you can see right up here is the font grouping. This is where we can change our font style, our font size. Right here is our name, and we have a lot you can choose from here. And there's the size. Then right next to this, these two little icons are the increase and decrease font size. And each time you click these once, that's going to increase your font size one time or decrease depending upon which one you click. Next to that, this little icon is the change case. It's kind of cool. If you just want everything to be uppercase, you don't have to retype it. You can just click right here and change it to uppercase. It's kind of cool. If you make a mistake as you're working on your formatting, this little eraser just clears all of your formatting. We can bold our font, or we can italicize it. Underline. One of the cool things about this is right next to it, when you click here, you'd have different options of underlining. So you're not just stuck just to a single underline. Right here's where you can double underline something. Then you can strike through your text. You can put a subscript or a superscript. Right here is your text effects, and this is where you can change using the word art styles or changing the reflection, glow, different things to make your text stand out. Right next to that we have our text highlight color and then our text color, our font color. So we can click here and we have all these different color options here in our gallery of choices that we can change to. Now here in the little corner by the font is you've got a little box with a little arrow. This is our dialog box launcher. If we click on that, it lets us customize our text even more. We can do bold and italic at the same time. We have different effects that we can choose right here, like small caps, all caps. And then down here in the bottom, it's going to give us a preview of what our text is going to look like. Here in the advanced section, we can change our scale, which is basically the size, but here's also our spacing. Do we want a little bit more spacing in between our letters, or do we want them smushed in more together, so expand or condensed? Here is where we can put where do we want it on the line. Do we want it raised? Do we want it lowered, like our superscript and subscript? Kerning for fonts, this is a technical term for the size. And then you also have open type features. So again, you have a little preview of what the changes you make, how that's going to affect your text. So if you want to get a little more advanced here, this is where you would go. So we're going to cancel that. So remember, if some of this stuff is new, look through the text, read through it, point size. Here's 10 point, here's 14 point, here's Comic Sans 14 point. So just because you have 14 point in something, it doesn't mean it's actually going to look the same. So as far as the size goes. So you can work through here and find out a whole lot of information about using things. We're going to talk about the Format Painter here in a minute when we look at the assignment. So the assignment, I'm going to close this Word document. The assignment is on page 89 of our textbook here. So we want Here's 90, here's page 89. 3.4, formatting nutritional information. So we're going to locate the nutritional info, and again it's right here in Blackboard. So we've got our nutritional info document here. We need to enable the editing, and the first thing it wants you to do is to save it as 3.4 nutrition. So we'd go to File, Save As, find my wherever I'm going to save it as, and save it. We're first going to select the Grand Street Copy Shop. So I'm just going to move my mouse over to the side until it is an arrow pointing to the right and click, and I have just selected the Grand Street Coffee Shop line. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change my font color first to purple, dark accent 4, darker 50%. I'm going to make it bold, and I'm going to change the font size to 48. And then I'm going to come over here to the text effects grouping and come over here and find the Word Art Fill Purple 4 Soft Bevel and change that. I want to select the nutritional information, but I don't want to select the paragraph marks, so I just kind of have to play around with it a little bit. Again, if you don't see the paragraph marks up on the Home tab, you just want to select the Show Hide button to turn them on. Now I want to click on the dialog box launcher, like we were talking about just a little bit ago. I'm going to change the effects section under here to small caps. I'm going to change the font size to 16. I'm going to change the color to purple, and I want it to underline just the words. I want a space in between here. I just want it to underline the words, and I want it bold italic. So you can see down here I have a preview of what it's going to look like. I'm going to say OK. Now I want to select the headings, the brewed coffee, cafe latte, cafe mocha. So to do that, the first thing I'm going to do is select the first one, brewed coffee. I'm going to hold down the Control key, and then I'm going to select the rest of my titles here. So I've got them all selected. So whatever I do next is going to happen to everything. And what I want to do here, I'm going to go to the dialog box launcher. I want them to be all caps. I want them to be 14 size font. I want them bold and italic. And I want to change the font color to purple. And I'm going to say OK. So I've changed them all at the same time. I'm going to select, I want to make the text underneath my headings all to be italic. So I'm going to do that to the first section here. And I'm just going to come up here to my mini toolbar here and choose italics. And then I want to do italics on the rest of them. But instead of highlighting them individually, I'm going to use the Format Painter to copy it. So I've got my text highlighted that's formatted the way I want it to. And up here in my clipboard grouping, I have my Format Painter. So I've selected the content that has the formatting I like, and I'm going to click on my Format Painter. Now, since I want to take that format painting to multiple areas, I'm going to double click my Format Painter so I can use it more than once. So I'm going to double click, and you can see my mouse changes. I've got a little paintbrush with it, and my Format Painter is highlighted. So I'm going to come here and I'm just going to highlight the text that I want. And I've still got my Format Painter turned on, so I can just go ahead and go to all of them and make the changes. And then I can come up here back to the Format Painter, click again to select it and turn it off. Okay. So I'm going to go to the View tab, and let's just view one page so we can see what our page looks like. And it's not taking it down to where I want. So I'm going to come up here to the zoom bar, and I'm just going to zoom out. And that's not doing what I want it to do because my view is on web layout. I want to be on print layout. And now I can go to one page and you can see here's what my page looks like. Except it should all be on one page. So let's come back up here. This Grand Street Shop copy should just be on one page, on one line. So let's go back up and see what it said to do. Insert tab wants to go to the text group. So we're going to go to the Insert tab, go to the text group, here the word art, and click the fill purple for accent and change it that way. So now we have it all on one page. And now you're ready to save it and submit it in Blackboard.